Hey, what's going on? This is Matt Bowman, and this is Matt Bowman is Bothered, and I am here with another episode. You didn't ask for it, but I did it. I'm like the fucking U2 of podcasting, where I'm just like, hey, I'm putting another episode out there, and whether you like it or not, I'm coming in with a hard, decisive episode. I'm coming in with a rock hard episode to spread your ears and your ear canal. I'm coming in, baby. Coming in hot. So yeah, I'm back. I did accidentally take a week off. That was accidental. That was accidental insurance. And I didn't mean for that to happen, but it kind of just did. And then it was like, well, I don't really have... And then, what do you know? It's fucking... And now it's today. And so I'm doing it now. Doing it now. So yeah, let's just get this out of the way up the top. Please rate, review, subscribe the podcast anywhere. You can do that. I think just Apple, and then Spotify, and follow me everywhere, Matt Bowman Comedy. Subscribe to the YouTube. That would be a big help. Just past 400 subscribers, which is a big fucking deal to me personally. Because it's 401, actually. Let's be specific about it. And those are 401 people that I don't know and that have seen my shit and subscribed to my YouTube channel. That's a big deal to me. So thank you, genuinely. There is no joke there. That is genuinely, I appreciate that. To the people that comment negatively, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I appreciate it. It's very funny when people don't like something, and the internet is such a weird fucking place that people will not like something, and for about 1,000 years plus forever, if you didn't like something, you kind of just like went on your way and were like, well, fuck that thing. But now everybody just like says everything, and I'm not breaking any new ground here. I'm not a groundbreaker. You know, but it is interesting that people's immediate reaction is to just be like, fucking lame. Okay, thank you. I'll subscribe to your podcast. I don't know. Anybody who is just like, that fucking sucks, has nothing going on. Anyone who is going to go out of their way to type a fucking YouTube comment, TikTok, Instagram, anything that's negative is... probably things have not turned out exactly the way they want. You know who, or you're Kevin Durant. That's kind of who the types of people, you are either unemployed and have nothing going for you, or you're Kevin Durant if you're leaving negative comments online. Anonymously. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I really fucking appreciate everything that's happened. So it might not sound like a big deal, but it's a big deal to me. So yeah, because I'm trying to figure it out. I'm figuring it out one step at a time, and I think it's hard. It's pretty hard to make something happen, especially when there's no like direct path to make it happen. You know, there's not like you get this and then you do that and then you do this and then you're successful. That doesn't happen. Or it happens, but there's not like I can do it and then you can do it, and aren't we all losing weight? It's not a universal formula. And it can be fucking frustrating, my guy. Boy, oh boy, can it be frustrating. And because then you think that everybody who gets stuff that you don't get is better than you, and sometimes they are. And that's a hard conversation to have with yourself, to see somebody get something and be like, fuck that dude. But then deep down be like, he's actually better than me. That's a tough thing. The pride swallowing. Just had a spoonful of pride this morning, dude. Just had to take a spoonful of pride and shove it down my esophagus. Right past my larynx. I think your larynx is in. There has to be. I think trachea is the correct word because there's no way it's esophagus and windpipe. There's no way that is it. There's no way that like the doctor people just took that one off. They were like, all right, let's do that one. Good name of esophagus. Okay, that's cool. What about the one for air? Fucking windpipe, dude. Let's get out of here. Let's get back to the pub. Because they're obviously British. They go to the pub. They don't have an accent. They're actually expats. They're American expats living in Britain, but so they go to pubs. That's who came up with the words esophagus and windpipe. Don't look into it. Yeah, so I forgot to do an episode last week, and that's my oops. But now I'm back, and I'm here, and I'm having a good time. And yeah, I'm here, and I'm not queer. I'm not. Although that could help me get things. Just honestly, at this point, why doesn't everybody just fucking say that they're queer? Just some sort of queer. Because you don't have to make any real changes, it seems like. Yeah, I don't know. If you're a normal person and you just want to go get something, fucking just say that you like to suck guys sometimes. I mean, what are they going to ask you to prove it? And then if you do, then you'd be like, okay, I'll put my money where my mouth is. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass. But yeah, let's see what's happened here the last couple weeks. Sam, the lovely Samantha Klein, did her fucking half marathon. Woo! That was pretty fucking cool. I'm really, really proud of her. That's an amazing accomplishment that she did. And I'm very impressed. But I went just to like support her, obviously, watch the race a little bit. And it was just like 2 big laps around Central Park plus a little bit extra. And so we're there waiting for everybody to get started, right? And there's at one point the race is supposed to start in like a half hour, and they make an announcement over like this big PA system, and they say, all right, guys, we have 30 minutes till the race starts. Any of our wheelchair participants, your time is starting now, so please make your way to the front of the line. Wheelchair participants, your time is starting now. Wheelchair. I have functioning appendages, and I'm like, no way in fuck am I running a marathon. These people cannot walk and are like, I would like to do a half marathon. Just in case you wanted to feel like a real piece of shit and can't make excuses for that, just be like, hey, man, I'm running a half marathon next Sunday, but you don't have any legs. Yeah, I fucking know that. And they just like look at you just like, what are you going to do? You think running a marathon or half marathon is hard? Try doing it with your GD arms. That's crazy. Like, I just felt like a real piece of asshole when I was there, because it's just like, oh my God, are you serious? People are just, for 13.1 miles. That is beyond impressive, but makes me feel like beyond a piece of garbage. I felt like garbage a couple times recently, because, like, for athletic reasons. So there's that. There's people that are doing a half marathon in a fucking wheelchair. What's your excuse? Nothing. And then the other day, I don't know if you guys have ever had this happen, or if you have these in your town, city, wherever you live, municipality. And so in New York, we have city bikes, and they're just little bikes that you can rent at little stations for like 30 minutes at a time or an hour or whatever, and you just ride them around, and then when you're done, you dock it right back. And so sometimes there's normal bikes that you just have to pedal like a normal person, but then other ones are electric. So they have like a little motor on it, so you pedal it, and it's like an assisted thing. It assists you, and you can go pretty fucking fast. Like, I don't know how to clock it, but it's somewhere between going fast and maybe this should be illegal. Somewhere in that speed range. And you are just flying. And it's really cool. And the other day, I was riding one of those electric ones, so the self-propelled type ones, the assisted ones, and I was riding down the bike lane, and I just hear from behind me movement. I'm like, okay, so this is a car or like one of those little beep-beep, like little moped fucking guys that are delivering Chipotle to somebody. And then a guy passes me, and it's just a fucking guy on a normal bike. Ouch. If you ever want to feel like an out-of-shape piece of shite, that's the moment right there. This guy is outriding me, and I have the power of Ben Franklin's electricity on my side. And I can't, like, I've got the Energizer Bunny between my cheeks, and he's just running on raw power. And like, it's not, it wasn't like a built dude. He wasn't just like, no, he was like, and he wasn't even one of those like cyclist people that like have like the skin tight shit with like the water bottle fucking belt buckle shit or anything like that. He was just a dude with a fucking backpack on. Like he had like cargo shorts and fucking flip-flops, and it was just do. And he wasn't like, he wasn't like evading custody. So he wasn't like really, it didn't even look like he was working. He was just moving, and he is blowing by me. Just, whoo! I'm like, what? I looked around, I'm like, is there I checked the Citizen app, like, is there a fucking twink on a bike wanted for crimes? No twink, no crimes. And so I just, like, I was almost just like, oh, well, then I should probably end it. End the ride and end my life, because that makes me feel like trash. I'm so bad at riding a bike that I can't even compete with this fucking guy who does not have the power of electricity on his side. That's pretty embarrassing. All right, I'm back. Apologies. I always fucking forget to put my cats in the bedroom, and I didn't lose my cool this time. I'm trying to work on that. Wim Hof breathing. Wim Hoof in my ass breathing. Teddy, okay, good. We're still rolling. So Teddy started to climb over everything, and I had to put a stop to that. Had to put the kibosh on it. Had to put the kibosh kosher on it. So yeah, that made me feel like a real piece of garbage. But Sam crushed it at her marathon. She crushed it at her half marathon. She did an amazing job. I'm very proud of her. The funniest thing was that it was like, at least to me, it was an all women's, or it was a women's half marathon, and it was like a big deal, and there were all these ladies. Good for them. That's amazing. But because I am a comedian and a piece of shit, I really wanted, because everybody had like little signs that were just like, go Carolyn, you're the best, I love you, your dad loves you too, yay Carolyn. Like doing shit like that. Everybody had a sign like that, and I wanted to have a sign that would just piss everybody off. Like, I just wanted to bring a sign that just like in really all capitals, bad Sharpie, is just like, abortion is murder. Abortion kill, like just something that pisses everyone there off. Just be like, why are you running when you should be in the kitchen? Just something like that, just to have them be like, oh, that would be fucking amazing. Because you don't mean it. You're just talking shit and just saying things that you know are antagonistic. Oh, man, that's really fun. Oh, that's a great thing to... I mean, just trolling in real life. Like, that's real fun. Same, like, it's a similar vibe that if you, like, talk to, like, an old guy and get, like, a fact about World War II wrong, boom! They go Hiroshima, Nagasaki, dude. Their head goes Nagasaki. Just boom, boom, twice in 6 days. Eat my dick. Like, they cannot handle that, dude. Like, if you're just like, yeah, the Germans won the Battle of Stalingrad. Fucking what? Like, they just lose their mind. They can't handle it. And to be honest, I would be the same thing, because I am legally, according to the state of Utah, 29, which also according to them is too old. But I am 29, almost 30. We can talk about that in a second. But I am the type of person that is just like, hey, I don't even remember what I was... Oh, yeah, you got that fact about World War II wrong, because I know all the facts. As you know, because I went to the National World War II Museum and I fucking knew everything. So I'm not saying I'm better than you guys, but I am saying I definitely get more pussy than you guys. I am swimming in puss. Not really. Monogamous relationship, and I love it. Thank you, Sam, and I'm very proud of you. Where was I? Oh, yeah, I'm about to fucking turn 30, and it's really bugging me. It's truly bothering me that I'm turning 30. It just feels like dates that I vividly remember are frequently 10 years ago. Like, frequently 10 years ago. It's becoming a problem that is only getting worse as I'm talking. I am becoming readily aware of my own mortality, and I don't like that shit. And I don't 100% know how to, like, solve it or change it. Because the thoughts are there all the time of just, like, getting older. You're gonna die. Everybody you love's gonna die. And what does anything mean? And even if you believe in Christ, but what does that mean? But what if you're wrong? Or what if you don't believe in Christ, but you believe in something? What does that mean? What is anything? Is anything everything? Or is everything anything? And I'm not high when I'm thinking this. Like, this is just my thoughts most of the time. My thoughts are, Manchester United need to score another goal to seal this win. And what happens when I close my eyes forever? Those are the two thoughts that really occupy my space and my head. Excuse me, there's three thoughts. Manchester United need to score that goal. My back really fucking hurts. And why is that? And what happens when I go night-night for the last time? Those are the three questions. And I don't know how to answer them. And it's a little scary. And I just feel like, at times, I feel like, not misguided, but just like without guidance, I'm kind of just like figuring stuff out. And maybe that's just fucking life, dude. I really don't know. Like, is most of life really just kind of fucking figuring things out as you do it? Or like, okay, I've got a series of problems and then I don't know how to solve most of them. Or fucking any of them. I don't know what you're dealing with. And I don't know. It's not, I don't think we've been lied to. Because I don't want to, like, blame that, to be honest with you, really irks my skin and kind of gets under my skin. It irks my skin so much, it gets under my skin to go over my back. And that really was just like, well, I wouldn't have done this if society, shut the fuck up, dude. Sure, society has stuff to do, but you also live in a decent one and have some ownership. Maybe. Like, maybe the fact that I am where I am is a result of my choices and not the fucking president's. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. But yeah, I do at times feel like stuff is just kind of passing me by a little bit. I feel weird. I feel like 30 just feels like a landmark age for me. And I don't know what to do about it. Because, like, I am not where I thought I would be. And depending on when you asked me, I would have given you different answers. Like, if you would have asked me when I was, like, 21 and graduating college, like, where do you want to be? Fuck, hold on. That can't be right. I didn't graduate college 9 years ago. Whatever. But when I was graduating college, if you would have asked me, hey, where do you want to be when you're 30? I would have, at that point, been like, on the moon, motherfucker. I would have said, dancing in the dark, 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 boo. Let's get fucking crazy. Boom, 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 boom. That's what I wanted to do at 30. No, what I really wanted to do was like fucking work for a sports team or do sports. Every dude at one point is just like, I'm gonna be a sports marketer. What does that mean? I like sports. Like that, every dude just feels like they can get a job in sports. Like what? Like, but what does that mean? He majored in sports marketing. What are you going to tell more people about football? Like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? That's not an actual thing. Sports marketing is the male version of gender studies. Thanks for the money, but what the fuck are you going to do with that shit? Those are two words that are just put together that ultimately don't mean anything. That's kind of the way that I see it. So yeah, that's not ideal. To be sports marketing, but that's kind of what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to be in sports. And then I kind of realized, like, oh shit, like you can do comedy. That's pretty cool. I like comedy. I can probably do that. I can write jokes and be funny. And then you just start going to open mics, and then you start doing, and then you just get like a, man, I fucking hate this just normal marketing job. I really fucking hate that job. What if I moved to New York to do stand-up comedy? And that's what I did. And I did that when I was 26, and I was like, oh, well, immediately I'm going to, like, maybe not immediately, but within, like, 2 years, everybody's going to be just, like, slobbering all over my dong of how good at comedy I am. And that has happened, and I'm super successful. Nope, it's not. It hasn't happened, and but you have to fucking just trust that it fucking will. And that's really ultimately stupid. That's ultimately a very stupid thing to think. But what is my alternative? Especially now. What's my alternative? Just, I don't know. Like, just not pursue it and then just be at a job that I fucking don't like forever and just wonder what could have been? And just live for Saturdays in the fall when Ohio State plays. Like, that's the only thing. Like, that's like, those are the alternatives. Those are the at this point, the choice at this juncture, frankly, those are the kind of the things. So it's just like, okay, well, you're kind of in this, dude. You kind of got to figure it out. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, from my perspective, if you're pursuing something creative or something that kind of tests you or tries to push you or whatever, it's a dumb idea to pursue it. That's just the truth. Anyone who tells you differently is insane. It's ultimately the wrong decision to go and pursue something like this. But if you do it, you just got to trust that it's going to fucking happen. And you got to work hard, and you've got to try to get better every day. And this is not funny, but it is the thoughts that I have. It's what I've got, and that's kind of what's going on most of the time. So just always work hard and know that you're never going to quit, and good things should happen. Does it stop me from having mental breakdowns about my existence and where I'm at in my life once every 4 to 6 weeks? No. Did I think it would? A little bit. When you get the little victories, you got to really fucking hold on to those, because those are like the little steps along the way to finding it. And also, specifically with like comedy, it's very important to still hold on to the idea that it's supposed to be fun. You know? At times, I can be so motherfucking jaded that it's not fun, and I'm just in a bad mood, and nobody likes to be around that. Not me, not the boys that we have, not Sam, not your friend. Nobody likes to be around like a super sourpuss that's just that's how I talk. Nobody wants to be around that, and that's not fun for anybody, and it's also not productive for you, because if you're just like, well, everything's shit, well, then it's probably going to stay like fucking shit for maybe ever, you know? And maybe it stays like shit forever regardless, but at least if you're like, you know what, I'm going to work really hard and try, at least you know that you did what you could and what you were supposed to. You took initiative and some responsibility for your actions and tried to better yourself. And maybe it doesn't work out. That's what the odds say. The odds say this doesn't work out at all. This all started because I'm talking about being 30 and I don't fucking like it. I don't like that I'm almost 30, and I don't like that when I eat things now, I have to be conscious of how long it is until I go to bed, or I'm going to go to sleep with heartburn. That's something that nobody said was going to happen this quickly. I don't approve of that shit at all. My God, I got to stretch or work out and take better care of myself so that I live longer, because that's ultimately what I want to do, is just stave off my death. Ultimately, I want to be a successful comedian and not die. Is that too much to ask? I would like to be an incredibly famous comedian who is beloved by both his peers and everyone I interact with, and I want to never die. I don't think that's that unreasonable. Okay, I'll settle for being successful. I'll settle for that. How about that? I'll settle for being successful. Or if not successful, I would like to live for like an annoying amount of time. Like, I would like to live for 100 more years than I should. I don't know. Maybe just as you get older, you just are like, fuck, man, this does suck most of the time. Let's wrap it up. I want to be done. Maybe that happens. But like, I think as where I'm at right now, I'm just like longing for what I was looking for. Like, as a kid, I don't know. I think I heard Theo talk about this, and it really struck home, of just like not ultimately like wanting to grow up, because that means like completely letting go of the things you missed out on as like a kid, and you're trying to like recreate them now. Maybe I'm butchering his quote, but that's kind of what I took away from it. And isn't that ultimately what matters and what's important? So yeah, I think I'm feeling weird. And I'm sorry that this took like it's not a super humorous section or topic, but it's definitely something that I'm going through, and something that I think other people are that are maybe my age as well. So yeah, think on it. And know that it's probably not going to work out, but you have to keep trying and keep going. Because what other fucking choice do you have? That's really it. Figure out what you want to do and then go fucking do it, or die trying. That's kind of what I'm doing. So, okay, let's try to have some fun here before we leave. This is irking me. This is bothering me. And it's like all of the clips that I see Why, like, every podcast that isn't like doesn't have a theme or like a purpose, because I feel like a lot of these podcasts don't. Mine fucking doesn't. Who am I to talk? I don't know. But it does bother me that like every fucking podcast now is just like, am I the asshole for framing my brother for murder? Well, what did he do to make you so mad, OP? Well, the OP says that my brother, so me, 25 female, he, 27 male, were born in Spokane, Tacoma, and shut up. Like, come up with something interesting to say, and don't rely on fucking everybody. Like, I don't know. Like, since when do we give a fuck what 3 people that we don't know and aren't famous and don't have a talent and aren't really contributing? Why do we care what their opinion is on somebody's breakup? I don't know. It irks me. And it's always like the ones that are hilarious are like the ones that it's just like completely, it's fucking obvious. You know, like some of them are just like, am I the asshole for not letting my grandmother attend my wedding because I called her a bitch? I don't know. That's a little... maybe it's a bad example. I don't know. It just fucking bothers me. Just, like, come up with your own shit. And I'm tired of hearing, am I the asshole? Aren't I the asshole? I don't care. I've got enough bullshit rattling around in my brain that I cannot find time to give a shit about that. I have a hard time finding the ability to give a shit about just about anything. And I find that people that really give a shit about a lot of things are boring. Like, find, like, 3 things that you really like and just kind of care about those. And then if your friend asks you to volunteer at a place, fucking sure, do it every once in a while. But, like, I'm not going to be made to feel like an ass because I don't care about every issue. I don't know. I kind of talked myself into a weird corner there. But it is, I don't know, the existential stuff and the stuff about, like, pursuing a career and finding purpose and finding meaning. Those are the things that I'm really struggling with. Really struggling with it. But in the meantime, I'm just going to find places that have an outdoor patio and serve chips and salsa and frozen margaritas and just have a good-ass motherfucking time. You could also do that. You could do that forever. You could find some job and then just go get margaritas and chips and salsa till the fucking cows come home and call it a life. And honestly, doesn't sound like too bad of a life sometimes. So yeah, do I fucking have anything else? It doesn't look like I do. All right, I have some editing to do for this, and I hope it goes well, and I'm hungry, and I'm going to go eat something now. So yeah, thanks for tuning into this very weird episode, up and down, existentially laced episode of Matt Bowman is Bothered. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. And I'm going to make it. And you will too. Probably not, but you got to have a good attitude. So everybody have a good day, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.